Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
As the Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us find the knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to the acts of kindness, peace, and love.
We turn now to page 4 for the introduction to the Kiddush. I'll ask Mackenzie and Emily, come on up, and their fathers are going to help us in this introduction.
Vayher vayiboker yom hashishi.
And there was evening, and there was morning the sixth day.
Vayichulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzavam vaychal Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa vayivarach Elohim et yom hashvi'i vayikadesh oto ki bo Shabbat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim la'asot.
The heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
And now we turn to page 5, and Mackenzie and Emily are going to begin the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lemachaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techilah lemikkarei kodesh zecher tziat mitzrayim
Kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. L'chaim. Enjoy that good Kiddush wine. Vintage. We crushed it this past week and made it just ready for you. So we turn now to the Kabbalat Shabbat service, the welcoming of Sabbath on page 12 for Lehu Naranana. So we thank our Benot Mitzvah and their families. They get to go sit for a while. And we're going to sing. Oh, you had a little more wine, Mackenzie? Very nice. Lehu Naranana, page 12.
Lechu Lechoneranana ladonai naria litzor yishenu Lechoneranana yai lai 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 Ladonai yai lai 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 Naria together yai lai 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 Litzor yishenu yai lai 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 Let us sing unto God, the maker of all, sure and strong. Let all of creation from mountain to sea hear our song. Lechoneranana, yai lai 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 ladonai, ladonai, yai lai 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 lai, naharia, yai lai 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 lai, litzor yishenu, yai lai 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 lai, for all of the wonder in all of God's light, we rejoice. So now let us listen with all of our hearts to hear God's voice. Lechoneranana, yai lai 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 lai, ladonai, ladonai, yai lai 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 lai, naria, naria, yai lai 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 lai, litzor yishenu, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai.
This evening, this Shabbat, this Erev Shabbat, we have a number of really wonderful moments that we're going to share together that are congregational moments. They are personal for some families, and they are communal at the same time. And so I'm going to ask Karen and Mark Revo, if they would, come on up. In the Torah portion for this Shabbat Bamidbar, which is the beginning of the fourth book of the Torah called in English Numbers, it lists a number of things, including all of the items from the ancient tabernacle that were carried by the Levites throughout the desert for those wandering periods, and how they carried them and how precious each item was. And one of the most important items in the entire tabernacle, which became one of the most important items in the temple in Jerusalem, was the menorah, the seven-branched menorah. Now, we take it for granted because every synagogue has either a seven-branched or six-branch or eight-branch representing that ancient menorah. But at the time, it represented the notion in Judaism that God created the universe, that God ordained a day of rest because human beings matter. God created each in the image of God. It represents our core values. It was so important that when Titus destroyed Jerusalem, if you look at the Arch of Titus to this day in Rome, which celebrated his victory over us, in the center you will see the menorah. It was the symbol of our people, not the Star of David, but the menorah. And in the emblem of the state of Israel, there is the menorah. And across from the Knesset, those that you have been there, is the representation of that menorah, that illuminated tabernacle. And tonight we are dedicating a special plaque that will be out in the lobby out here in front of our chapel, which dedicates the menorah, the seven-branch menorah. Am la'or goyim, it says, a people who are a light to the nations, and it's dedicated by the Revo family. And so I know this is an important moment for them. I'd like to ask them to share a few words.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So from the moment that Mark and I arrived here 23 years ago to Miami, Temple Beth Shalom has been our second home. Our faith and our commitment to Judaism is strong because of this community, this kahila, because of you, our clergy, our leadership, our community. We are so blessed and honored to show our appreciation for giving us so much. It felt really appropriate to us to dedicate the menorah because the menorah symbolizes the enlightenment and the knowledge that we have received here. As we look upon this light, we reflect on the wisdom that we have gained in this holy space. It has been such an honor to be your president for the last 2 years. Thank you for being with me on this sacred journey. This week's Torah portion is Bamidbar. The Torah portion takes place in the wilderness. This is our in-between place. This is our place between Egypt, that narrow space, and the land filled with milk and honey. This is where our people wandered for almost 40 years. I believe that we, Temple Beth Shalom, have been wandering for a couple of years in that wilderness. Certainly we haven't been in Egypt, but we have been in the wilderness, in this place of transition, in this unmapped place, this place where we have to be open to all possibilities. I am so proud of this congregation, of how we are traversing this wilderness. As we enter the next chapter in our congregation's history, this metaphoric land of milk and honey, may we embrace moments of uncertainty. May we know that we are strong together. May we be filled with gratitude and awe. And just as our congregation has been in the wilderness, so too Mark and I have been in the wilderness. Our daughters are off to parts known and unknown, and we are embracing the next chapter in our lives together. And in this wilderness, we have fallen in love with Israel in a very personal way. So many of you have heard me say over the years that since I made my first trip to Israel in 2003 with the temple, I have returned about 16 times. I have lost count. Israel calls me back to breathe in her air, to love her, to help her, to support her, to believe in her. And so Mark and I have made a decision to make Aliyah to Israel, to become dual citizens of Israel, and to spend part of our life living there. We hope to fully participate in her life, to vote, to help the reform movement as it grows, to spend time volunteering, working in the medical community, to hike and eat lots of amazing Israeli food, and to learn to speak Hebrew. We are incredibly excited and a bit nervous. And so as I approach the end of my term as your president, I want to thank each of you for being here, for being on this journey with all of us, for supporting our beloved Temple Beth Shalom, and for always being open to the unexpected. And finally, I hope you will allow us to show you one day our Israel. Yehi Ratzon. May it be God's will. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you both. See, that's how you bring in Shabbat. So, Lecha Dodi, page 20, with the Sabbath bride. We imagine the Sabbath coming into the sanctuary at the end. We'll be doing verses 1, 2, 5, and at verse 9 we'll stand and face the entrance to the sanctuary and see Shabbat as she enters our life.
Ya la 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 lecha dodi. Ya la 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 likrat kala. Ya la 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 penei Shabbat. Penei Shabbat nekabe.
remain standing and turn to page 28 for the Barchu. Turn to pages 34 and 35.
Almost since the beginning of the Jewish tradition, the Shema has been considered the most important statement of a Jew's belief in God. It was spoken daily in the prayers at the temple, and the rabbis included it in the morning and evening services of the synagogue. The Shema is taken from the Torah. When we say the Shema, we affirm that just as God is one, so are all human beings united in one family. We recite the Shema together.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam
Please be seated.
In the Torah, the sentence of the Shema is followed by the paragraph that begins with the words, "You shall love your eternal God." When we say these words, we remind ourselves that the love of God is achieved when we use all our powers for goodness, to do the right thing and for the benefit of others. Please join in chanting the Ve'ahavta, page 36.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha ub'chol nafshecha ub'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadevarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha Hayom al levavecha, v'shinatam levanecha, v'divarta bam, v'shivtecha b'beitecha, uv'lechtecha b'derech, uv'shochecha uv'kumecha, uv'shartam leot al yadecha, V'hayu letotafot bein einecha, uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha, leman tizkeru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'tem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Mackenzie and Emily, you are not done for the weekend, but you did do a great job so far. We look forward to hearing you both tomorrow. Mazel tov to your whole families. We continue on page 41 with the reading in English. Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Michamocha, page 40. Page 46. We will be doing the Amidah silently tonight, so we ask that as you complete, you sit down when you're finished.
Psalm 53, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach. We open with this beautiful kavanah from Israel, this melody. La 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi
We've been led so beautifully tonight by Amit Perchuk, our shlicha, who's been here the past 2 years. She's going to sing tonight Uf Gozal, and I'm going to let her introduce it. It's a beautiful song that you can find in your programs.
Yeah, I thought we were doing great. Shabbat Shalom. Oof, the crying begins from the beginning, but it'll be fine. This song, Uf Gozal, Fly Little Chick, reminds me of a few things in my life, few periods in my life. My senior year in high school, when I didn't even believe in myself. My last day in the army, when I realized what I'm capable of. And my last 2 years here at Temple Beth Sholom, when I finally met the right people who proved me that I can conquer the world if I want to. I'm leaving the Nester, the Ken, to you now, and I'm sure that the Ruach of Israel will always stay in here. Thank you, Mark Baranek, my supervisor and my mentor, clergy and Rabbi Glickstein, staff, and of course my community. But last but not least, to my parents who are watching right now and my family who's been supporting and letting me to go on that journey. Thank you for being my home away from home for the last 2 years. You can find the song on your programs. הגוזלים שלי עזבו את הקן, פרסו כנפיים ועפו, ואני ציפור זקנה נשארתי בקן, מקווה מאוד שהכל יהיה בסדר. תמיד ידעתי שיבוא היום שבו צריך להיפרד, אבל עכשיו זה בא לי ככה פתאום. אז מה הפלא שאני קצת דואג? חתוך את השמיים, טוס לאן שבא לך, רק אל תשכח, יש נשר בשמיים, גור לך. עכשיו נשארנו לבדנו בכן, אבל אנחנו ביחד. חבקי אותי חזק, תגידי לי כן, אל תדאגי, ביחד כיף להזדקן. חתוך את השמיים, טוס לאן שבא לך, רק אל תשכח, יש נשר בשמיים, גור לך. אני יודע שככה זה בטבע, וגם אני עזבתי כן, אבל עכשיו כשבא הרגע אז מחניק קצת בגרון, מחניק קצת בגרון. חתוך את השמיים, טוס לאן שבא לך, רק אל תשכח,
pray now a Misha Berach, a prayer of healing for our friends and family, for those of you that might be here who are in need of renewal of body, renewal of spirit. Pray as well for those who might be at home or in the hospital recovering from surgery or illness. And if you have the name of someone that you're praying for, I'll ask you to please rise and mention those names out loud so that everyone in the congregation might pray on behalf of the people for whom you're praying. We've been asked to mention these names as well. Gail Ossip, George Lublin, Donald Krasner, Jason Albert, Lenny Hecht, Bill Meadow, Shifra Fega Bat Rachel, David Siegel, Yocheved Basha Bat Chaya, Elisa Benray, Nerissa Balland, Muriel Dubrow, Marta Leva, Esther Bat Schendel, Marilyn Sheffman, Bernard Finn, Randy Aronson, Shirley Aronson, Sylvia Levitsky, Alex Farber, Roberta Ty, Vicki Engelman, Sherry Werbin, Richie Harris, Leonard Brayman, Lindy Passer, Norman Siegel, Betty Myers, Doris Oleski, Diane Katzen, Harav Shimon Ben Bliman, Elisheva Zohar Bat Penina, Amos Naman, Arlene Lessel, Stuart Lessel, David Sepsenwall, Maria Bernard, Dr. Stephen Rosenberg, Blima Chaya Bat Razel Yittel, Dennis Russ, Shana Hinda Bat Leah, Hechazan Miriam Bat Dina Bayitzchak, Abigail Lawrence. And we continue to pray on behalf of American and Israeli soldiers currently being held captive or missing in action or in need of physical or emotional healing. And tonight we're going to pray together the song Adonai Love Me that the cantor will lead us in as a form of our prayer of Misha Berach, a prayer of healing for all those in our hearts and on our lips.
Adonai, love me. Adonai, love me. Adonai, love me. Please love me, Adonai. Adonai, heal me. Adonai, heal me. Adonai, heal me. Adonai, heal me. Please heal me, Adonai.
Please turn to page 278. It is our tradition at this moment to do what's called the Sfirat HaOmer, the counting of the Omer, this period of time between Passover and Shavuot that begins tomorrow night. And tonight begins the 49th day of the counting of the Omer, 7 weeks.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al Sefirat HaOmer Hayom Tisha ve'arba'im Yom Shehem Shiva Shavuot LaOmer. Today is 49 days, which is 7 weeks of the Omer.
Amen.
Rabbi Davis just spoke about Shavuot being tomorrow night. And on Shavuot, we celebrate the giving of the Torah, the giving and the receiving of the Torah on Mount Sinai. Because of that, we associate the book of Ruth with Shavuot, because Ruth was thought to be the first person that of her own open heart and loving kindness embraced the Torah. And so tonight we have our very own Ruth in the congregation. I'm going to call up Lou Eichsart. Lucia, come on up here. This morning she exuberantly entered the waters of the mikveh as she had been preparing for this day for months and months. And so I'm going to formally welcome you to this bima, Lou.
Thank you.
Brucha haba'ah. O God, grant your loving favor to Lucia as in this holy place we welcome her into Jewish life. Knowing well the history of our martyrdom in years past, Lou has chosen to join herself to our people's faith. We open our hearts to her, strengthen Lou in her resolve. Help her live in fidelity to the decision she has made and to the promise she is about to utter. May she always find satisfaction and joy in the fulfillment of your sacred mitzvot. Grant her many years of strength and happiness as a worthy member of our congregation. We praise you, O God, in whose presence is the fullness of joy. And let us all say, Amen. And now, Lou, I'm going to ask you a series of 6 questions, and the answer is yes to all of them. Do you choose to enter the eternal covenant between God and the people Israel and to become a Jew of your own free will?
Yes.
Do you accept Judaism to the exclusion of all other religious faiths and practices?
Yes, I do.
Do you pledge your loyalty to Judaism and to the Jewish people under all circumstances?
Yes.
Do you promise to establish a Jewish home? I know you already have.
Yes.
And to participate actively in the life of the synagogue and of the Jewish community?
Yes.
Do you commit yourself to the pursuit of Torah and Jewish knowledge?
I do. Yes.
If you should be blessed with children, do you promise to raise them as Jews?
Yes.
Beautiful. And now I'm going to ask you to share a reading that you've chosen for this very moment.
I am a Jew because my faith demands of me no abdication of the mind. I am a Jew because my faith requires of me all the devotion of my heart. I am a Jew because in every place where suffering weeps, I weep. I am a Jew because at every time when despair cries out, I hope. I am a Jew because of the word of the people Israel is the oldest and the newest. I am a Jew because the promise of Israel is the universal promise. I am a Jew because for Israel, the world is not completed. We are completing it. I am a Jew because for Israel, humanity is not created. We are creating it. I am a Jew because Israel places humanity and its unity above the nations and above Israel itself. I am a Jew because above humanity, image of the divine unity, Israel places the unity which is divine.
Thank you. And now will you share some words with our congregation of your own background, your own experience toward Judaism?
First of all, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Well, I just want to start by telling you all how amazing it is to finally be here in this moment. I'm a believer that things happen for a reason, that we were all put in this earth for good to do good. I believe everything is intentional, that the universe has a purpose for us all. I grew up Catholic and in Argentina. My mom's aunt was the founder and mother superior of a convent of nuns. Yeah, so you can imagine my family was somewhat religious. And while I did not so much connect with the religion itself, I was always impressed by and connected. Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
That's okay. Take a breath.
Okay. And while I did not so much connect with the religion itself, I was always impressed and inspired by the convent. I grew up watching these nuns, who were truly wonderful women, as they shared their knowledge and skill sets with the less fortunate women of the community. Taking care of the people and world around me was a strong value that was taught to me from an early childhood. I would later learn that this is tikkun olam. When I think back, my immediate family was more spiritual than religious. Although my siblings and I were all baptized and took our first communion, it was my wonderful parents who taught us the valuable meaning of faith, family, love, and communion, and community. Not so much the church. I just didn't connect with the church, so while I've always felt this sense of spirituality in my core, I had no real way of expressing it. I can't see. Sorry. Thank you. As we got a bit older, social and economic conditions in Argentina were worsening. So my family made the giant decision to move us all, a family of 6, to the United States. We had no real language. We had no real home. In fact, we had very little. We had each other. My parents wanted a better future for us, leaving behind everything we knew, everyone we loved. We moved to Miami in November 2001 with a set of goals in mind. We would work hard, we would build a life for ourselves, we would find a community, and we would give back. It always amazed me, the way my parents were able to keep us happy and smiling, even those early days of struggle. But when you have strong faith, you can't help but know everything is going to work out. My grandma used to say, don't look back, if forward is where you're headed. And we did. Fast forward to May 2016, I met my amazing partner, Mally. Mally quickly introduced me to Reform Judaism. A lot of Reform Judaism. Yeah. Right away, I loved the energy. I loved the culture, the music, and everyone here. What I found in Reform Judaism just blew me away. It felt like an internal calling, like I belonged. Finally, after years of searching, I found a place where I can express my spirituality comfortably as the unique individual that I am, while belonging to something much, much larger. That part of my core that had been asleep in the dark for so long had been awakened, and my Jewish light shines bright. There are some very special people in my life who have been incredibly influential on this personal journey. First and foremost, my parents, Ma, Papi, gracias por su amor incondicional. Thank you for your unconditional love. You both raised me to live with an open mind and an open heart. That advice has led me to this moment, and I thank you both from the bottom of my heart. I love you. Next, my partner on this adventure and in life, Melly. Thank you for exposing me to the beauty that is Judaism. Seeing it through my eyes made it that much more Dutch. Oh, I'm sorry.
This is a happy thing, Lou.
It just made it so much more special. Carrie, thank you. Karen and Howie, you've been awesome examples of Jewish parents. Thank you for welcoming me into your family with such warm hearts. Thank you for exposing me to Jewish holidays and traditions and showing me that what a Jewish home looks like. I love you guys. And I have to say that I couldn't have never imagined going through this process without my amazing sponsoring Rabbi Pomerantz. You have gone above and beyond your rabbinic duties. I have filled a greater role in our lives. I am forever grateful to you for making me feel so welcome in this community and for being a true inspiration and for always being there for me and my life. We love you so much. To Rabbi Morrison, Rabbi Glickstein, I love you. And Rabbi Davis, I love you guys so much. And Cantor Siegel. And all the Temple Beth Sholom staff, because you guys have made me feel at home from the first day I walked in here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're so welcome. So I'm inviting up that amazing partner of yours, Mally Duboff, and I'm going to invite the congregation to rise as Lou's going to take the Torah into her open arms. Lou? Lou, you're still on. We're not done.
Okay.
So, Lou, I've placed the Torah in your arms. This cherished treasure has been with the Jewish people wherever we have been, guiding us, sustaining us. We have celebrated with it. We have run from burning buildings with it. Today, it is yours. And today, I hope you embrace it and live with it and that it sustains you. Traditionally, the very first prayer that a Jewish child learns are the words of the Shema. And so, as your first Jewish words, I'm going to invite you to chant those words.
Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Beautiful. You are known by the name Lucia, which means you are always linked in love to your parents who gave you life. This evening, you also take on a new name, a Hebrew name, a Jewish name, the name of Ziv. And Ziv means sparkling or brilliant, and it's connected to your given name, Lucia, which also means light. And you bring incredible light to everything you do. May this name be a source of pride and joy to you, and may it uplift you and help you to continue to sparkle for many, many more years of life. And now I'm going to invite my colleagues to join me in blessing you with the words of the priestly blessing.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
Ken Yiratzon. May God bless you and keep you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'kuneka.
Ken Yiratzon. May the light of God's face shine on you and shine through you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God's presence always be with you and grant you a lifetime of love, of joy, of light, of hope, and of peace. And I know that you and Mally, we will be among those who bring that shalom, that peace and wholeness to our world. Amen.
Simin tova, mazel tova, simin tova, simin tova, mazel tova, simin tova, simin tova, mazel tova, simin tova, yelanu. Simin tova, mazel tova, simin tova, simin tova, mazel tova, simin tova, mazel tova, simin tova, yelanu.
So we have invited up our Benot Mitzvah families to stand by the open ark. If there are any children who want to run on up there. Oh, Mally and Lou, you're supposed to stay up here too. Come on, stay up here. Any other children who want to join us up here, please do. We're going to turn to page 282. Come on, Ellie and Max. Page 282 for the chanting of Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'ateit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'aretz. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. As glorious and joyful as this service is tonight, today was also a heartbreaking day where there was another school shooting at Santa Fe High School outside of Houston, and I know of 10 people who were killed. I heard on the radio that in 2018, more children have been killed by gun violence in high school than soldiers killed on active duty. We take all of those who have lost their lives through senseless gun violence into our hearts with our own, and we pray and pledge that we will reduce that gun violence in our country. At this time, we also remember those who are in the Shloshim, the 30 days of mourning. We remember Cliff Shannon, Frank Former, Rain Rini Meadow, Rabbi Mark William Curry, Rabbi Aaron Penkin, Leon Horn, and Rabbi Simeon Schreiber. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be a blessing to all of you who knew them and loved them. At this time, we also remember those yortzites that are observed on this Shabbat and whose names are lovingly inscribed in our alcove of remembrance. We think of James Abramson, Gladys Alliger, Ellis Amder, Sarah Arkin, Joseph Arkin, Margaret Beatty, Kayla Beichman, Samuel Berman, Hyman Bilzen, Isaac Blimbaum, Freda Block, Archie Bachner, Frida Cohen, William Cohen, Leah Kornblum, Rebecca Dorfman, Matilda Ephraim, Isaac Egnatz, Gustav Ehrenfeld, Josef Eidelman, Diana Flatow, Philip Getz, Lillian Groskin, Harriet Hamill, Judy Hertzberg, Alexander Jonas, Ruth Kasnett, Nathan Knoll, Yetta Corman, Anna Landsman, Nathan Latucci, Sylvan Lazarus, Esther Levy, Anna Lowenstein, Ray Lowenstein, Rhoda Morris, Anna Natapow, Anna Robinson, Jacob Rosenberg, Marilee Russin, Tanya Schneidman, Samuel Shapiro, Samuel Simon, Albert Sonnenreich, Rita Stein, Martin Steiner, Evelyn Weil, Jay-Z Winkler, and Isidore Zeplowitz. And we recall all those other yortzites that are observed on this Shabbat. We remember Samuel Adler, Camille Berg, Rita Black, Harry Cohen, Juana Crespo, Sadie Darsky, Stanley Dubrow, Blanche Duke, Minnie Gerber, Morton Glick, Tracy Glicker, Catalina Gucker de Mordahovich, Robert Hertzberg, Arthur Hertzberg, Herbert Hoberman, Herbert Jaffe, Joseph Karsh, Sarah Klenoff, Franny Kramer, Rose Kress, Leona Levy, Rose Levine, Florence Litz, Isidore Michael, Saul Nash, Doris Nathan, Robert Newman, Berta Niven, Lars Peterson, Albert Rosenfeld, Yetta Rubenstein, Ethel Schwartz, Anna Serbin, Mark Shalom, Zelda Shevlin, Samuel Shanensky, Gertrude Silverglate, William Stoller, Faye Sakonik, John Sussman, Ida Turner, Amy Ty, Jerry Turner, and Adele Wallner. As one community, we turn to page 294 and we rise. We think as well of the 6 million men, women, and children who perished in the Shoah, of the thousands of Israeli soldiers who died so that we would have a Jewish homeland, and of our American soldiers who have died and our children who have died. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yirutei v'amlik malchutei, b'chayachon v'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'yizman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam l'almei almaya, Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudesha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Osei shalom bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael, v'yimru, amen. May the one who brings harmony on high bring peace to us, to all of Israel, and all people everywhere. And let us say, amen. You may be seated. I'm going to call up Rachel Unger, one of our Social Justice Network chairs and a member of our board, to welcome all of you and share some announcements. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. So it's always so nice to be here on a Friday night and see all the joy in the room. So I'm going to start with Mazel Tov. So Mazel Tov to the Bellman and the Stern families. We wish you a wonderful weekend, and Mackenzie and Emily, enjoy every second. I would also like to welcome Lucia. We welcome you with open arms. You spoke beautifully, although I think you left the room. So Mally, tell her, okay? And very honestly, and we really appreciate that. Amit, your singing has been exceptional, so thank you for that. It's been beautiful. So now I actually have to do my job, which is to call your attention to our announcements. And if everyone would open to the first page, there's a lot going on this weekend and every Saturday at Temple Beth Shalom. Tomorrow is the last Tot Shabbat for the spring, so if that's important to someone, please be here. It's very fun. I used to love coming. They don't let me go anymore. My kids are too old. So if you have a kid I could borrow, maybe I could go. And tomorrow night for the Shavuot services, it's open to everybody. It's going to be a beautiful evening. It starts at 6:30 with dinner, and then meditation and Torah study, as well as Blessings in a Backpack, which is one of our direct service projects for social justice. So please come. And on my final note, because whenever I get to come up, I always get to share all the social justice that we're doing. So Monday night, PACT is going to be celebrating 30 years, and we're hosting the celebration here at Temple Beth Shalom. My notes are all over the place. But PACT is a social justice organization that engages in impactful work here in Miami-Dade. And we would love for you all to join us for that as well. Dinner starts at 6:30 and programming begins at 7:30. So I will be there, and I look forward to seeing you as well. Shabbat Shalom.
The president of the congregation has a special privilege, and that is to give the Rabbi Harry Jolt Kol HaKavod Award, and Karen will be giving her last Kol HaKavod Awards tonight.
So one of the most special privileges that you have as the president is to select the recipients of this award. This is the highest award that we give here in the congregation. It's called the Rabbi Harry S. Jolt Kol HaKavod Award for extraordinary service to our congregation. Rabbi Jolt, of blessed memory, was with us for 32 years. After he retired in his mid-60s, for 42 years, he was a pulpit rabbi outside of Florida. He came to us to retire, and he was with us as a rabbi for 32 years. For those of you who may not have had the privilege to study with him, Rabbi Jolt knew the Torah by heart. For him, Torah was a means to work for the good of Jews and for the welfare of people. We were blessed to have his wisdom, his insight, and his incredible humor. His stories always brought a smile to our face. We named this award after him because he was such an example of how we should honor others, and he was very worthy of honor himself. This year, I have chosen some outstanding members of our congregation to receive this honor. First, it's my great privilege to call to the Bima a couple that really, for those of us who are here all the time, really don't need any introductions. Phyllis and Marty Winston. Please come up. Kimberly, take video. Good. I want to make sure you know it's okay. Phyllis and Marty, wow. So, they joined the congregation about 18 years ago. Phyllis, as an adult, celebrated her bat mitzvah here. And Marty even celebrated his second bar mitzvah. Can I tell your age? At the age of 83. So it's never too late to have a bar mitzvah. They also graduated from the Melton program. So they've studied here. They come to Torah study all the time. They're here all the time. But I want to tell you about the things they do that are quiet. They're always here helping us to be organized. Phyllis serves our coffee and the onegs. They help with Shabbat lunches. Marty, for years, I don't know how many years, Marty, has been helping us every month to load the truck with food for our monthly feeding program at the Chapman Center. Every month you go to Costco. Is that right? Do I have it right? And never, just always does it, year after year. Phyllis co-chairs our membership committee. She's always thinking about ways to engage our members more and to make people feel welcome. And most importantly, every mitzvah day for years, they have been co-chairing a clothing drive to distribute clothes into our community, into schools, and into families. It's a lot of work. You only have to go and see what they're doing upstairs when they're sorting through the clothes to know how much work this is. And they even pick up congregants who cannot drive and come to services. Now, isn't that amazing? And they just do it. Because you know why they do it? Because they really just love Temple Beth Sholom, and we love them. And so it's my great, great privilege to give this magnificent couple the Rabbi Harrius Jolt Kol HaKavod Award. You get in the picture. Hold it up. Phyllis, get over here. Take a picture. Wow. My second honor as president is to recognize one of our esteemed past presidents, Margie Barron. Margie, would you come up? You know, we have two short women. We need one of those high rises. Margie came here in 1989 with two young boys. looking for a Jewish home to help her raise her children. She told me that she remembers how Rabbi Glickstein welcomed her with open arms and promised to help her raise her family. As our boys grew, Margie became more involved and eventually became our president in 2012. As president, Margie saw the need for us to be really engaged with social justice, and she helped to support the creation of our social justice network. As well, she knew the value of us building stronger relations with each other and building community, and it was under her leadership that we created the congregational engagement position now held by Mark. I don't see Mark. She saw the need for leadership training. She was a visionary, and she still is, and she's amazing. As well, Margie and Michael, her spouse Michael, raise your hand, Michael, yes, have been so charitable to our congregation. When you walk in, make sure you notice the beautiful plaque to the right. The playground, the front playground is named. They named the playground. It bears their name. Thank you. And finally, we have two programs that have been so generously funded by them, the Sholom Family and the Sholom Baby program through their foundation, the Rexon Foundation. And so that's why tonight I'm so honored to give the Rabbi Harrius Kol HaKavod Award to Margie Barron.
Thank you. Thank you, Karen.
And finally, a few years ago when Margie was president, a Kol HaKavod Award was presented to Aaron Pothurst. Aaron could not be present, and so tonight we are honored to present him with this award. For this, I'm going to ask Margie to present.
Thank you, Karen. Shabbat Shalom. It is a study into his unique nature to appreciate why Aaron Pothurst doesn't quite understand why we honor him tonight. He and Dorothy were honored with becoming lifetime members of Temple Beth Shalom, but they do attend and participate in one of our neighbors, and that's Temple Beth Am. In fact, their zip code is pretty far from here, somewhere across the great pond of Biscayne Bay. Yet what is near to Temple Beth Shalom is Aaron's commitment to friendship, to support of the Jewish community as a whole, to a perspective not limited to a single congregation. Aaron, would you please come up and join me? And is Robert Hertzberg here? Robert, come on up. Robert and I would like to do this together. That's great. When needed, Aaron gave his time, which was valuable, his talent, which is considerable, and his patience, which is infinite, to initiatives that had not been tackled by our local talent. He brought his most thoughtful guidance and concerns into his work with us. With his even greater gift for us was to affect and elevate the morality, the integrity, and the civility into all of his dealings. Aaron, Kol HaKavod means literally all the respect, all the honor goes to you. It's a Jewish high five. Well, job well done. Please accept this honor from a most grateful congregation. Thank you.
Again, congratulations to Aaron, to Marjorie, and to Marty and Phyllis. Very well deserved. And now, it's my honor to recognize two very special young women who have been with us and are getting ready to leave to go back to school and to pursue other things. We are, with sadness, going to say goodbye to them. First, I want to call up the two Marks, Mark Revo and Mark Baranek, to make the first presentation.
Shabbat Shalom. We'd like to invite Amit Perchuk to come up. As chair of the Israel Committee, it's a real blessing to honor and thank Amit for all she has done for us. Just about Amit, she was born in Nazrat Illit, up in the north in the Galil. She served in the IDF as a tank instructor, so watch out. And she joined us 2 years ago, and next month she will be returning, and she will be beginning at the Hebrew University at Mount Scopus, continuing all the good work that we have seen her do. You saw Amit tonight, and you saw how she inspired us with her ruach and with her joy and love for us and for Israel. And each and every day in the last 2 years, Amit has touched us individually, and she has truly strengthened our bond and our love with Israel, the people, the land, and the state of Israel. So I'm going to turn it over to Mark Baranek to say a few more words about Amit. But finally, I do want to know that Karen and I are quite proud to consider Amit as our Israeli daughter.
I'll just say these last couple words about Amit. I had the privilege of being Amit's supervisor these past 2 years and watching her grow as a professional here and bringing her love of Israel to our congregation and to our community. Amit, we're very, come a little closer, so my neck is a little twisted here. Amit, the whole congregation is going to miss you. We don't say goodbye. We don't say shalom. We say lehitraot, which means see you soon, see you later. We look forward to seeing you. Rabbi Pomerantz is coming with Melly and Adam with a group this summer, and Rabbi Glickstein's coming, and a whole bunch of us will be there. Karen and Mark are going to be there for a lot of time, and so we look forward to seeing you in Israel. And on behalf of everyone here, Amit, it's been a true pleasure to have you bring the love of Israel to our community, and I want to thank you for all of that.
Wow, there's so many beautiful things tonight. Finally, I want to call up Rabbi Pomerantz and Rachel Unger and Myra Spindell, the co-chairs of our Social Justice Network, to make our final presentation of the evening.
So I'm going to call up Leah Alonso. Leah is our Social Justice Fellow, and she is the third of 3 fellows that we have been so fortunate to have. And this, here you can stand between us, this gift of being able to really amplify the work we do as a social justice congregation is given to us through a gift through the Namid Foundation. And that is what enables us to bring somebody like Leah to us to enrich what we do here. And Leah is going to be leaving us to go to Israel with Amit to enter into graduate school in Herzliya in international relations. So we have a little presentation to you. Leah, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all the
emails you sent,
letters you wrote,
phone calls you made,
petitions you got signed,
legislative visits you made,
mitzvahs you planned,
PowerPoints you edited,
service projects you attended,
challenges you resolved,
classes you taught,
meetings you attended,
recruiting for PACT,
showing up again and again and again,
whenever and wherever we needed you.
always with a smile
with graciousness
and thoughtfulness.
And thank you for helping us to bring healing, justice, and hope to our congregation, our community, and the world. We will miss you. Wow, what a night, huh? So we are going to conclude this service, finally, some of you may be thinking, with a prayer for peace, for wholeness. I'm going to ask all of you to please rise.
We are going to be asking all of those we've honored this evening, if they would, to rejoin us now up on the bima. Come on up. You don't need your awards. Just come on up. Leah, come on back up. Amit is up here already. Karen, Mark. And we'd like to invite all the Bremen Fellows. This program is very special. It's been funded by the Bremen Family Foundation, and we've had our first year. It's been very successful, and these young people have done marvelous work during this year, and we have a second year coming up, but this is our culmination. We're having a dinner after. By the way, there are a number of receptions. The Bremen dinner will be in the social hall. I believe your dinner is in the Welcome Center, right? Bellman dinner. And we have our oneg here in the lobby. So here they are, our Bremen Fellows. Come on up. And and this is Rabbi Matan Peled, who has guided them throughout this year. And we're going to sing Oseh Shalom, and this is a melody from Israel that we've been using during this year because that's one of the themes that have been woven in throughout. Oseh Shalom, please join in.
Oseh Shalom B'Rama, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshei Tevel, Ve'Hibru. Amen. Oseh Shalom again. Oseh Shalom B'Rama. Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'hibru. Amen. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
Shabbat Shalom and Mazel Tov to everyone.